the court retained me a lawyer. They call legal aid lawyer. So the same day, the same day the court, the same day the lawyer assigned to my case, is the same day the case trial.
Oh gosh.
And I receive a sentence of death.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Conversations with Sharika. My name is Sharika Swaby, your certified life coach, speaker, author, and of course, podcaster. If you're new here, then I just want to let you know that this show is about sharing stories of hope, sharing stories where people were at the last straw, so to speak, but somehow they found their way back. And today's guest is no exception. So I just want to welcome Micheal Heath to the show today. Micheal, how are you?
Well, I'm pretty blessed.
That's amazing to hear. How has your day been today? Did you have a good day today?
Well, it was a hectic one, some work.
Okay. All right, Micheal. So when we spoke over the phone, you told me a little bit about your story. And before we dive into the depths of what we're here to share today, could you please tell us a little bit about your childhood growing up? What was that like?
Well, my childhood wasn't an easy one. Growing up as a child, it was difficult for me. Simply mean I actually grew up without a father. My father died when I was about probably around 10 or 11. Yeah, somewhere there that. So from there the struggle starts. I didn't have much family who to stand up for me. So eventually I end up turn man before time. But before becoming a man, I went to the basic school as usual like a normal kid. Left from the basic school, went to primary just like a normal kids. But leave from both of them dunks like that. And then I leave to Jamal. And I wait to Jamal, still dunks like that. I know from the moment anybody went to Jamal and still can't read or know the first letter start your name, simply mean you fully dunks.
So you're saying you went and finished basic school and you finished primary school and then you went to Jamal and you still were not able to read and write?
Yeah, not even the first letter that start my name I didn't know.
Wow. Was Jamal the last school that you attended?
Yeah, that's the last one I attend. That is the Jamal.
And how old were you? How old were you when you left Jamal?
Well, possible about 13, 14 in those age bracket.
Okay.
Yeah, so
where was
I didn't really went there on my own, I was encouraged by some elderly folks. Because some of them know that I cannot read and write and I need assistance. So I had a lady named Miss Vi. She was the head of the Jamal. Keep that class on our veranda, like a school where, we have a lot of turnout from in the community at night. So I was one of the students also.
Okay.
But I end up leave the Jamal there without even know the first letter that start my name.
Okay. Where was your mom at this time?
Well, my mom was just some same place in the community. I'm from a little district called Blackwoods in Clarendon. Yeah, so and she was around, but my mom, growing up I know my mom, she was 100%, what I say, 100% corrected in the head.
Okay.
I don't know what wrong, but by observation I realize she probably lose a screw.
Understand.
Yeah, we put it that Jamaican terms.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what happened after you left Jamal?
Well, just usual things as a boy, ups and down. Go fishing to river, shoot bird, play marble, gig, cut people cane, tangerine, orange, and all those little stuff.
Okay, okay. So
I start to my main survival come from making money in the show by picking guinea, orange, ripe banana, dig out the hole and put ripe banana in it, green banana inside of it and cover it up, and within a couple of days banana ripe so it's ready for show. And I start to do the little ups and down work in cultivation, like clean people banana field, yam field, dig yam bank.
right,
All those big man work I get involved in.
right.
All the big man type of work you can name in the country, I get involved in it.
Okay.
Just to survive.
Understand. So you were
Yeah.
basically on your own and you had to survive on your own. So you got yourself involved. You worked so that you could survive.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. So at what point were you involved in wrongdoings, or were you a part of a group or a clique or a gang or anything like that?
No, I didn't grow up and know anything about gang. In the country you grow up with moral standard. Learn to respect people, learn to love. Hello, good morning, how they do, and respect the elders.
Right.
So we didn't have, in my time, you never have a thing like gang. We have a group of friends that we go fishing, bird shooting at the waterway and go dance at night time and show. As kids and boy picnic, we have to have a crew.
Right.
Yeah, but our crew is not a wrongdoing crew.
Right.
Everybody have them duty. Who not raise animal, have them farm in far bush, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am the only one didn't have a parent to look up on or to stand up for me.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So no wrongdoing never really in my pathway.
Right. So you had your friends, but you were well behaved. You were respectful and you didn't get into trouble.
Yeah.
All right. So at what point can you your face is going below the camera. Can you right, that's perfect. Almost. All right. Okay. Now at what point did you get involved with at what point did you get on the wrong side of the law?
Well, as I explained earlier, in order to survive, my main ambition was to be a soldier. I love soldier.
Okay.
But you have to can read and write to be a soldier. Now, that dream didn't fulfill, so I took the dancehall for it. Yeah, I took the dancehall for it. I love music. So I start to imitate other DJ like Peter Metro, Burro Banton, and all Joseph Whale, Charlie Chaplin. All those songs that they did, they bad DJ first time. Yeah, I try to catch on to the lyrics. And so till I actually start to make up lyrics of my own.
Okay.
So you have 3 sound system in my community. So how I really launch out now, there's a big sound came into my area. So we build a dance hall, and after we build the dance hall now, a group of us came together now. We have singing competition at night time. DJ and singing competition and dub poetry. And actually I won the competition one night and I become actually one of the leading DJ in my community. So I start to travel into the district, in and out, or in and around the district. Leave my district, go all around to do dancehall thing from 6 till 6. That's where I get a little food there too. Get a little change in my pocket. And sometimes we pick up the buckle them and sell them. So one night, you know, I went, which in 1985, I went to a dance. I went to a dance, 1984, late 1984, or something like that. But in December, something like, somewhere along that line, you know, a good amount of year now, you know. So I went to the dance in 85, January 1985. I went to the dance, and everybody come from different community because they want to hear me DJ. So at that time you have the double deck tape that we used to use, the cassette. So you press a button and then you record what the artists are saying or the music is in order to tape it. So you didn't have no plug into the dance, so man cast the JPS wire and have the plug into the dance and plug it in. So you know, one night now, like man show up the wire and it go up on the high tension wire and chip out the whole entire sound.
Right.
So so there's a Rasta man in my community. Him very loved and by everybody, but people say him head no good. But him have sense, but him just jokify. So everybody love him. So it's like him a play the music in our head and start to dance. And this troublemaker guy, he don't live in my community, in 1 mile from our community, but then came in my community for enjoyment.
Right.
But he's a well-known troublemaker. So him hold the man by him locks and start wheel him, and then him let him go and him go lick up in the wall. You know, I don't like to see those things. And plus, he is from my community, so me lick out that sound and say I hear that thing that.
Right.
So the guy came across now, fling a buckle, and he ricochet on the wall, and you know, all the splinter cut me on my foot, so me tell him to S him mother. And he come across and box me down and twist my jaw. So eventually I have to hold my jawbone and fix it in back. So the other man, me get up now and my jaw swell big, so me can't eat. So them came into my community the other day. It happened the Sunday night, and it came the Monday morning in my community. I show off on me what took place and where, and so me go for a machete and rush him, simple mean, and he get a cut on him hand. So I'm going on and him and him crew start to text it from me. So eventually now me can't sleep at my original home. Me have to leave about 1.5 miles to my granduncle home at night time to sleep. So this thing continue for 1 whole week. Me can't go show, me can't go dance. So we have a district constable who is my neighbor. So him encouraged me to report the matter at the police station.
Right.
So I report the matter 3 times. The first time the guy them come for me with gun. So me go back to the police station. They run me out of the police station after me explain to them.
Okay.
Send me back to my yard. So this fiction continued for 1 whole week. So the Sunday night, I will sell some banana to a lady. So I went to collect the money. And one of the guy who buy out the argument from him friend, jump off of the van and run me down with a long knife. So the brethren will control one of the sound. Jump in at the middle and tell them to allow me alone. It's because me not nobody to defend me and so on. So them decide say, well, them a come kill me in the night. So me decide say, listen, me not run from them, you know. So me arm myself with a machete. So while coming from round at the dance, me buck up in a 2 of them. So me have to hide myself under one whole building. So it's like the guy with the gun realize me under the building. So one hole of the end, so me can't go up and me can't go down. So me under the building. So any angle me take, me I go get caught. So the one with the gun now, by the time he step up to pop off him gun, me just chop him with the machete and just take for myself. And the man in me hear say him dead. That was on the 14th of January 1985. So the early morning now, we get to understand say him dead. So the district, so me left and come to the district constable, and me and the district constable walk from my district straight to Chapelton and turning myself to the police.
Right.
And from there, life wasn't the same.
Okay, let me pause you. I know that not all of the persons who are listening, not all of them may be able to understand patois. So let me just give a quick recap, right? So what he's saying is that he was ambushed basically by some other guys who, I guess they were bullies, but he was ambushed by them. One of them had a gun. He had his machete, and he defended himself, chopped the guy, went home, found out the next morning that the guy had died, and so he turned himself into the police. All right, so now he's going to proceed with the rest of the story. So after that, Michael, what happened?
Yeah, they placed me in custody, and about a week time, them set a date for me to attend court.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have enough money to retain a lawyer. The only money I did have is 20,000 that I get from selling one little wishy-washy goat. So I couldn't read and write, so them asked me to put it in the bank with an X. So in the bank, the money you go and the bank clerk write up all the things and you just make one X. Simplify your name, and then they write your name underneath the X. So after I went to court now, the lawyer said he need 20,000. So the police, them escort me along with my granduncle to the bank, and we get the money and we give the lawyer. Now, you have a plea name, guilty or not guilty. So I stand up in the court to say guilty. So the lawyer hold me by the shoulder and put me back down and say, you cannot plead guilty for murder. And so, simple mean, I didn't understand the thing, guilty with explanation, what that mean. So I stand up to plead guilty to tell the judge what took place.
Mm-hmm.
So him say me can't, tell the judge that. So him will do the talking. So him give me a command, say me must plead not guilty.
Right.
Right, so I didn't really fully understand what is not guilty, So it's after them explain to me what is not guilty, but it kind of sound funny to me because it's me do the act. So all you have to tell me is if you say not guilty. So the case continue until they remand me in custody and send the case to a higher court. They call the court circuit court.
Mm-hmm.
That is in Maypen, Clarendon.
Right.
Right, so when the case went to that big court, him say want 20,000 more. So I didn't have it. So the court retained me a lawyer. They call legal aid lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
So the same day the court, the same day the lawyer assigned to my case is the same day the case trial.
Oh gosh.
And I receive a sentence of death. And I was told to die by the neck, by hanging on the rope. So I was sent to St. Catherine District Prison where I placed on death row.
Mm.
So while on death row, I couldn't read and write. But before that, them send me on remand. They remand me almost 9 months on remand.
Mm-hmm.
So while them put me on remand, them put me in a place named big room. The big room makes it contain 50 men, back and front. And over one side you have about 100, and on the other side you have 100. Because men from the 14th parish remand there. So at the big room now I have to spend 3 nights stand up and sleep. That was my bed spot, hold on the grill gate. Looking over Prison Oval. That's where I was looking, the Prison Oval where they play the football. That's where I was looking, because you can see over there. That's my bed spot for 3 nights. And right beside me, you have a half a drum. You know the drum that they put water into? They cut that drum and well on 2 angles on it. That is the inmate, them pee pot. So everybody peeing at that now have pass them faces in it. So it full, so tell it to run over. So man use newspaper and put around it in order for it now mess up the place. And even though it run over the bar for this man pillar, right round it is man bed spot. Man walk from round the other one and walk for man because he pack up like sardine. You know, all those conditions I went through before I was sentenced to death. After I was sentenced to death, I was told to die. They bathe me and then weigh me. And then take away my clothes and put on a white bollocks for me, then call it canvas. And then they use a black paint and mark on the CP, mean condemned prisoner. And then they told me that they had my box bill. And round at the kitchen back, they say my hole round there, that's where they bury you. So they had me weigh. Simply why they weigh you? If you weigh 100 pounds, they place a sandbag on your foot also weigh 100 pounds. So when they put you on the gallows and you come down on your own weight, then the sandbag come after. So most of the time when they hang them on them, the neck come off of the body, the rope cut off your neck completely off your body, like when you pop off foul head. So that was the condition I was in. So I was placed on death row for 10 long years. I was placed on death row for 10 long years. You know, that's where I learned to read and write.
So now you are on death row, you've been sentenced, you've been weighed.
Yeah, so
Hold on. So you've been sentenced, you've been weighed. They told you your box was ready, and it was time now for you to die. What happened? What happened within that 10-year span of time? What happened?
Before I spent the 10 years, I appeal against the death sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to the highest court we call the appeal court. Same place in Kingston. So while I appeal it, I get a lawyer from the bar association. The same day I get the lawyer, the same day the case trial. Simply mean the lawyer didn't argue the case. Him say him see no grounds in the case. So him not see no reason to interfere with the verdict of the jury. So the judge them said them share the same sentiment. And then the lawyer wrote me a letter and said, "Me must make my peace right with the peacemaker." Simply mean there is nothing else he could do. So is when I wrote for the judgment now. The judgment is what hung down by the judge. I realized he didn't argue the case. He just bring in the case to the judge and hand it over to them. So my case didn't argue. So the judge have no alternative. Them say, well, I must die. So there was the Jamaican Council for Human Rights. A lady named Miss Ferzel O'Connor. I contact her and she came inside the prison. So then took my case to the highest court in England. So when my case went in England, they sent back down my case in Jamaica and said my case didn't argue. My case end up on a thing named fleeting glance. Mm-hmm. Fleeting glance coming like a flash of a light in. So the witness said it was night and said me was in full suit of black. And he said, me spend no time when me commit the offense. And then he told the court that me no spend no time. And then him say identify me by my vice. Cause him say me see a long time me want to kill one of them. That's what him told the court. So he told the court that it's 4 of them. And I'm me alone, you know. And it's 4 of them. So he told the court say me want to kill anyone out of the 4. So him say hear me vice. And when me chop him friend with the machete, he said me no spend no time. The judge them said that couldn't correct. He said me spend 3 minutes. So the judge said 3 minutes wouldn't possible. Them time them gone where me a go long time. So then him change it and say, well, after me chop him friend with the cutlass, him could touch me and me could touch him. And we stand up there for 3 minutes. So the judge said that wouldn't happen. So he said, know me by my voice, because I DJ upon sound. So the court in England said my case didn't argue, so they sent it back in Jamaica. Now you add a thing named the reclassification and non-capital. Capital and non-capital. That the Amendment Act was passed by KD Knight. So they had a one judge that review the case. At the time you have 360 odd men on death row. And out of the 360 odd men on death row, I am the first person the judge pick out and say must die. And say my case is capital. How I get to know now, the bill have chapter and chapter. My case fall under chapter 7. Chapter 7 mean I'm very subversive, me dangerous like Jim Brown, Claude Massop, and all those bad Jamaican men. That's what they say me dangerous like. So I get some assistance by contacting the Court of Appeal. And they contact Justice Ira Rowe. He was the Chief Justice at the time. So they go back and look into my case. So they say it was a mistake. The judge mistake put my case under capital. So they commute, them say they might take into consideration the length of time that I spent on death row. So they say the 10 years that I spent on death row, it didn't count. So them say we must start a brand new 15 year. They commute the sentence to life imprisonment. And say I must serve from the life imprisonment 15 years before I entitled to parole. Parole is a consideration, it's not a must. Simply mean you do the rest of sentence on the outside as a free man. But while you do it, it come like a bound over. While you're out there doing the on the outside doing the sentence, you have to report to a person called the probation officer. Now, as I told you that I could read and write after my sentence, but before that, I learned to read and write on death row. That's how I help myself.
So
I asked a gentleman to help me to read and write while on death row.
okay, let me pause you for a moment, right? Let's backtrack a little bit to the time that you had already served. You had spent 10 years on death row, right? And they said that time was not, it didn't count. Why didn't it count?
Because when you are doing a death sentence, you are not doing a fit sentence. You just, when you're on death row, the time you spend there don't count. You just there until they just take you and hang you.
Oh, okay.
That's what is death sentence. You are not doing a time. You're just living free without, you don't know when you are going home or when you are going to die.
Gotcha. Okay.
But when a person get a sentence by the court to serve 15 or 20 years, the same day the sentence pass, it start to count, it start to run. From day one to till it turn into month, till it turn into year.
Right.
But when you are doing a death sentence, you're not doing a sentence, you're not doing a time.
I see. Understand.
You just hold one place until your final day come to die.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Understand now. Okay, so let's go back to you learning to read, because according to what you said, when you went to prison, you were not able to read. You had gone to school, 3 different levels of schooling, but you still were not able to read. So you went to prison not being able to read. How did you eventually learn to write your name and then to read so you can write letter and so on?
Well, Jesus is my teacher. Yeah, Jesus is my teacher.
Explain.
Right. And on death row, you have to learn to read and write for yourself. You know, there is 24 of us on death row, on that section. And you have various type of men on death row. You have teacher, you have soldier, you have police, and you have the ordinary man. So you have some very educated men on death row. So One of them was my friend. He's at number 8 and I'm at number 9.
Okay.
Cell number.
Right.
So, very close, 8 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
So, he got a Bible and I got one. But the one that I got is a small one that you can put in your shirt pocket.
Right.
So, he asked me to turn to a particular passage.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where he was referring to. So, him say me must start, him start read and say me must follow. But I don't know where, probably in my Bible, I end up in Revelation while him could have in a Matthew, which is the first book in that little Bible.
Right.
So we did the correspondence and cussed me out rottenly and called me fool, idiot, and all type of downgrading name.
Right.
So I was feel embarrassed. So I went down into the cell. When I say I went down into the cell is the cell make out a brick wall. So you don't have much ventilation. It's just a little grill up on the top. So we eventually tear up the old bollocks that they give you to put on and make a thing like swing. You know the swing stand that you sit in?
Yeah.
Yeah, we tie one end there and one end there and then we sit in it. And then we lean our foot on the door.
Mm-hmm.
So I hug up the grill so in order to look out.
Right.
Right. So that's where we can be able to look on the outside. So you know, it took me 3.5 years before the real sun will shine, touch my real skin, you know. Because sun don't shine into the cell.
Right.
So a morning time when I get up and saw the sun, me have to hide from the sun. Coming out of the dark cell, facing the light. It's like my eye want to draw out of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, here's the church on the outside. When I climb up on my cell top, I can see the top of the church with the cross. So, I ask God, say, if you help me to read and write, I will serve you for the rest of my life. So, you know, I sum it up in my mind and said, God, there is so many people in the world that pray to you. But me I go join and pray to you, so I hope my prayer get accepted. Because enough people that pray to him, you know, so if that bungler prayer go up to him. So me say, alright, me I go send up some prayer too. So me say, God, if you help me to read and write. So, me just have the Bible, I open the Bible. And then, me just hear a little voice say, John, John. And then me say full stop. And then the little voice start to read St. John 14. So each time a little voice I read in my ear, me start to read, follow the little voice. Let not your heart be troubled. He believe in God, believe also in me. My father's out there with many mansion. And the passage go on and on. And I read off the whole entire passage there in St. John 14. So I was getting louder and louder on my voice and didn't recognize it. Then the same brethren now will cuss me out. He was on the cell top listening me. So them call me Fire. My stage name is Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fire Heath. So him say, yo, Fire, in Jamaican terms. So me answer. Him a say, how you do a while ago? Me say, read the Bible. So him say, come on the cell top, go read the Bible for me. So I went up on my cell top and opened the Bible. When I opened the Bible, I couldn't even pronounce John, much less St. John. So I went back down into the cell. And as me opened the Bible again, I heard a little voice came to me again. And I read out the whole entire passage. So till I start to read the Bible back and front. Now, after I can read and write now, I start abridging. They hung him in 1986. He got a paper that I have a thing named pen friend. So he got a paper and he showed me how to construct a letter. And I start to copy that letter, how him do it. And from there now I become a village lawyer on death row. I become a minister on death row. I become a teacher on death row. Man start to tell me, say, Jesus a slave ship. A white man write the Bible for trick black people. Yeah. So, and if you become a Christian on death row, man say you call down destruction from the section because Jesus a homosexual. Simple why they say Jesus a homosexual, because I have 12 disciples and the 12 disciples was a man. So they narrow it down now and say Jesus a homosexual. So anybody pray to Jesus, them are homosexual too. So me not really pay them no mind because Jesus helped me to read and write.
Right.
So me start to keep class and death row at night time. And it goes on. So after my sentence commute to life imprisonment. But while on death row now, I become a village lawyer. Me start to look into man case. And then I wrote on them behalf to the Bar Association. And get lawyer for them because it's a panel of lawyer at the Bar Association.
Right.
And lawyer get them case. And them took them case to the appeal court. And would you believe me say most of those guys that I held write letter came off death row and left me on death row. Yeah. Me write them off death row and me still on death row.
So
but like Jesus have me for a purpose on death row.
What was happening to your case during that time when you were writing cases for other people?
Well, during that time, me lose all of my appeal.
Oh, okay.
So I'm waiting for the Governor General to make a decision because me actually, people from my community wrote a thing called petition to him to spare me life.
Right.
Even the gentleman, even the man that I charge for, the family wrote letter on my behalf also to the Governor General and make them know, say, well, he was a troublemaker and his provocation why I end up on death row. So that was a good plus for me.
Right, right.
But even though they wrote those letters, nothing no happened. Because the Governor General was up there and come like Hitler. His name was Sir Ferzel Glasspool. Him not take talk from prisoner. Yeah. So while there now is the non-capital, it's under the non-capital and capital I came up. So is where I may tell you now is that where my case come out to life imprisonment. So I was sent court. So when I went to gun court, I put myself in school. So they put me in a class named level 1. No, level 2. And they give me a thing named civics. So they give me the dictionary to use. So when they give me the dictionary to use, we just walk over it. So they say me fit enough to stay in, then put me in level 3, which is the brightest class. So I explained to the teacher, I say, listen me start to read from in the middle of nowhere. Because me used to call woman him. And me don't know no abbreviation, full stop, comma, none of the punctuation them I didn't know. So I asked them to put me back down into level 2. So they put me in level 2 where I learn about full stop, me abbreviation, punctuation, comma, quotation, the difference between he and she, difference between him, I and me. So they give you a class test. Me pass everything. So then put me back into the bright class named level 3, where I get 4 exams to practice. History, wood theory, theology, and English. And I pass all of them in class. Okay. I also was studying human and social bio. But I didn't pass that one, but I passed all of those 4 in that class.
Right.
So once you qualify now, they send a letter to the Minister of Education, and the Minister of Education send in their people.
Right.
And when them come now, they give you a test for you to do. So while I do the test now. So I passed 4 subjects in JSC. Yeah. So I passed 4 subjects in JSC. So while there now, I decided, say, well, I'm going to put myself in church. So I hook up myself in the woodwork where I learned to make furniture, such as bed, chair, and table, while inside there.
Right.
Now, I became active in the church. So I decided, say, well, I'm going to get baptized in the church, inside there.
Right.
But you don't have any river inside the prison there, you know. It's a pool, it's a makeshift pool where them carry and chuck. So you have this big prison named GP, they call it General Penitentiary. The pool left from down there and come a gun court, what they call a rehabilitation center. And then the water chuck come in and full it up of water. And then the church from outside came in and baptized you in that pool.
Okay.
Now, the prisoner, them said the man, most of the man, them were turned Christian in that prison, them are sissy and them bow. And them say, well, them say the homosexual, them baptized in the pool, so the pool bow. So anybody going at the pool, bow too. So, them say, anyhow me going at the pool, them all cut off my neck. So them give me the cut short sign. So me have to postpone the baptism. So you have a church named Outreach Fellowship on Dunrabin Road facing Calabar School. They came in and them have a whole week with a crusade inside there.
Okay.
And 18 of us got baptized one time. So they couldn't kill 18 of us.
Oh.
And from that time I started to follow Christ. And I became active in the church. Now I decided, say, well, me nah live a prison. Because man say me, yeah, I got turn bulb in a prison, you know. So I start to minister in the prison, and any little violence me see, me try to turn and mediate and break it down.
Right.
So, man, some man don't like it, while some man say a reality me attack. So, me start to write everybody all over the world now for seek assistance. Because the life imprisonment can't done. And the prison system start to get to me. So, me wrote a letter to KD Knight and tell him, say, me I go jump the wall and make the sentry them shoot me.
Right.
That are the guard them where I watch the prisoner right wrong.
Right.
But him not respond to me, you know. So, I start to write all of the church then when me can write. Every address so me can get me right.
Where were you getting all these addresses from for the people that you were writing to?
Well, you get it from the Gleaner, you get it from the magazine, Times Magazine, you know. Okay. We do a lot of reading in there. You know? You get most of the address them from magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, and we get the Time Magazine, we get the Newsweek, we get the Black Ebony, we get the newspaper. All of the prints them come inside the prison.
I see.
So any address we see in a book, magazine, and so we write.
Okay, I understand. So you were about to share with me some of the people that you were writing to. Who were some of the people that you wrote to?
I said I wrote to Michael Jackson, W. Armstrong, Vice of Prophecy in Mandeville. I wrote even the Prime Minister, Edward Siaga. Yes. Yeah, he sent his representative in the prison, you know. Yeah, come and check me.
Okay.
All those big guys in society, me wrote some of them.
I see.
Yeah, and me wrote to the Governor General. Me write the Governor General too. I was seeking assistance for my sentence to commute. So any help for me can get, you have to write, you know. If you don't write, you stay in a prison and rot me, you know.
Right.
If you don't make your way known, you will just last in the system. So you have to just keep write and make people know what going on behind the wall.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So whenever time you write those type of letter, you cannot send it to the office, you know.
No?
Normally when you send the letter to the office, the warder assemble it and read it before them send it on the outside.
Right.
To see if you have sent anything bad. You said you are right to pen friend and girl and love letter and them something there. They send out 1 dozen of them the one time, you know.
Okay, okay.
But they said you are right to lie and some big people to assist you. That going to the bin.
So how do you get your letters out?
We give the officer them to carry out, man. We have some nice officer that we assist with. We just give them the letter to carry out so we go drop at the post office.
Understand.
We just get the stamp, then buy the stamp, put on the letter, seal it, and ask them to drop it for us.
Right, right.
And yeah, some very good officer will do that for you.
Good.
But some not do it.
Understand.
Because them want to see you rat in a prison.
Right.
Yeah. So as I was saying now, me write the diligence because me say them powerful for me a youth to grow up. So them send me one little book of a passport. Them have the snake, them have ring, them have guard ring, them have guard chain. All type of something. So they say me if you choose one. I don't remember how much US them say me if you send. After me choose one, me if you send the money with it. So me did have a friend in England tell me say them are con artists, them are chicks there. So instead of me get help from them, they look help from me. So the last suggest me get now is the Queen. So me write the Queen. And man I tell me say me can't write the Queen. Simply mean me give a lawyer, a popular lawyer, $15,000 for write one letter to the Governor General for me. Say my look reprieve. Reprieve to stop my sentence and set me free. $15,000 charge for write the one letter and guess how much line in the letter? 2 sentences.
Really?
Yeah, 2 sentences in the letter.
Wow.
He send me a copy. But it's not me pay the money from out my pocket, you know. Me have a friend in England, in Scotland.
Right.
Yeah, it's them pay him the money. And him write the letter. Few lines. So and when me write the Queen,
right.
Yeah, me make the Queen know everything about me and the age when me end up in prison. Because I remember saying me was 17 when me get death sentence, you know.
So
yeah.
Hold on. So you were 17 when you were sentenced to death, right?
Yeah. I should not get a death sentence in the first place.
Right, that's what I was getting to. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that is another breach. That is another breach of the law again. But you me not have no money. So after me wrote to the Queen and make the Queen know what took place, the Queen in turn replied to me by sending the letter to the Governor General, and the Governor General forwarded a copy to me.
Right, right.
So the man them now in the prison where I tell me say me can write the Queen, me show them the letter. And every man take the address now because they want write the Queen now to get help.
Right, right.
And every one of them will write the Queen, none of them no get no answer.
Oh wow.
And me alone get answer. So the Queen asked the Governor General to release me.
Right.
And the Governor General released me immediately without conviction. I am the only person right now who's a walking diplomat. Yeah.
What exactly?
Because what? Me have the Governor General seal. And you know that you have to be a lawyer, you have to be a married officer, you have to be a pastor, you have to be a diplomat to have the Governor General seal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, and I have it with me. If you give me the chance, I can go for it and show you.
So
you would like me to hold it up for you to see it?
So, before we get to the Governor General's seal, yes, just give me a moment. I have a question. So
yeah.
So you wrote to the Queen, and the Queen told the Governor General to set you free, right?
Yeah.
So was there any difficulties or challenges between the Queen giving that instruction and you being set free?
No. Well, the Governor General hacked up on it immediately.
Okay.
And that's how I was set free after 18 years in prison without a conviction.
When you say without a conviction, does that mean you are there is no you don't have a record? Your case was
No,
expunged?
it erased immediately.
Oh.
So that's why I had the Governor General seal, and I was told to keep that as long as I live.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the Governor General seal.
Okay.
You see it?
Right. Yes. Yes. I see it.
All right.
Right.
So whenever time I travel in school, cause people believe say Christ is not real. So normally I photocopy this to travel with. Cause people believe say a lie and tell. Cause some people don't believe in a Christ, you know. But guess what? Christ don't need no help.
True.
So we show them this that approve.
Right. Right.
And secondly, this is one of you saw it all? This is one of my dead service ticket. I was told to die 4 times.
Right.
This is one of them. And this is another one.
You should laminate. You should put those in something to prevent them from to prevent.
I have it in envelope.
No, what I'm saying is to prevent the wear and tear. You should probably put them up.
Yeah.
Something maybe like a plastic casing or something to prevent them from wearing like that. But Michael, the story is truly tremendous because in the first place you were still a child, so you were not supposed to be on death row. That's one. And then your case at no point in time, based on the story that you told, it does not seem like your case got due diligence. There was no due diligence with your case. It was never really tried, right? So
no.
Right. So you should not have gone through what you went through. But you went through it and you're here today. You're a free man. You were on death row. You have multiple death certificates because you were supposed to die. And now you're a free man. What are you doing with your life now?
Well, I'm very active. I got released in 2001.
Okay.
And from there, I start to involve in the construction work. And from there, I start to work with a furnishing company, like do sanding and help building bed head. Move on from that now. And then I start my own little business, landscaping.
Right.
By going around and cutting people's yard. That's with me hand, you know, cutlass.
Okay.
Until they bring in the thing they call the whacker, the weed whacker. I beg the food for the poor, a small one. And I use the small one and bought a big one. And then I use the small one and bought a bicycle. Work it and bought a bicycle that me can go up and down.
Right, right.
And you're right. And then I work and save and buy a motorbike. And that's how, and up to the time now, landscaping is what I do most.
Okay.
I do a lot of other stuff, you know. But landscaping is my main income.
Right, right.
I do plumbing, like fix people pipe, fix your bathroom, kitchen sink, toilet bowl, face basin. I also can refurnish your house, like put on door, window, ceiling, put on zinc on your roof, you name it.
Right, right.
And I also in the entertainment field, but me can't get the bus. I don't know why.
Well, some things take a little longer than other things. So if it's something that you're really passionate about, then I'd say don't give up, keep at it. If it's for you, it will come to you at some point in time.
Yeah.
What if you could what impact do you want to make on the world, Michael?
Yes, miss.
What impact do you want to make on the world?
Yeah, repeat back.
No, I was saying, what impact do you want to make on the world? What?
Well, to change it. I know it's very difficult, you know.
What to change it?
But
How? To change it how though?
by sending message in songs in my ministry, when we say try to change the world, because you know we are Christ-like, and for your Christ-like, you want to see people move from sin unto grace. That is our motto. You know, every Christian motto that we want to see everybody live out of sin. And the man that we have fire gun, we want them come over to Christ and start use the Bible instead of the gun.
Right.
So that would I like to see changes in the world. Everybody does start say love and does start, you know, follow Christ.
Right.
So I actually do most of them in songs. Because you know when you do songs, it have a wider impact on the society. Because once the song go up there, you realize everybody can relate to it and hear it. You know, 2001 when I came out the prison, I went to Taste the Talented competition, and I won a survey ticket in Tasty. Yeah, I have it hung up in my room, and I have 2 gold trophies from the JCDC. I have them in my room right now. Can hold it up for you to see.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And then, where do you see yourself in a couple of years from now?
Well, if God spare my life, if God spare my life, I would like to be one of the best person ever exists in terms of probably some form. I want to be probably a preacher, some godly man in society.
Okay. Well, one question that I have to ask you: what does it feel like to know that you were sentenced to death and several times they could have you could have been hung, and now you're a free man? What kind of feeling is that? How do you wake up every morning? Do you wake up with a sense of purpose, a sense of gratitude? How do you feel on a daily basis?
Well, that's a good question, and it easily answer. Every day I get up, I feel like a king. Cause one day inside the prison is like a 1,000 year pass.
Right.
One day. Yeah. And the Bible said tomorrow promised to no man. So boast not about tomorrow.
Right.
But I had this deep feeling that I cannot express it. So I express it into a song named One More Chance. Jesus give me one more chance to face another day. You know, me going out and me coming in.
Yeah.
Me have to praise him. You know, me eating, me drinking. Me have to praise him. You know, me walking, me talking. Me have to praise him. So I'm saved me by grace and pardon my sin. That's the only way I could express it.
Right. This recording, both this part and the first part that was recorded, will be up on my YouTube channel in a couple of weeks. I will also be sending you a copy. You can share that out with your friends so that people can hear your story. And this show is designed to help people see that there is always hope, no matter how dim your situation may look. I mean, you've been there. You're basically a dead man, pronounced dead multiple times, but yet here you are. So I'm gonna send you those links when it's ready, and you can share them out, and I'll do the same. And I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors, and I hope that you're able to make the new life that you've been given something amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
You are very welcome. And thank you once more for being on the show. Thank you for being open and sharing your story with us. It was a pleasure having you, Micheal.
Yeah, you're welcome, miss.
All right, take care of yourself, and we'll talk.
All right, blessing.
To you as well. Goodbye.
All right, thanks.